hands up. Or wait, there's only 6. What's going on here? 6 arms. Dr. Octopus meant to have 8. Not sure what's going on here. Welcome to another SmurfP video, and today we are looking at Spider-Man from Marvel Legends, Dr. Octopus. Now, I was very excited to hear that this figure was coming out, especially with all the other figures that we've had recently, giving us a real villains lineup for Spider-Man and a real 90s feel, in my opinion. You know, for a lot of us that watched the 90s show, that's what got us into Spider-Man in the first place. So to get these, it's pretty cool. So for all your toy needs, make sure you follow Comics and Cocktails on Facebook or check out their webpage. You can get SH Figuarts, Marvel Legends, or Hot Toys from these guys with great customer service. I highly recommend them. Okay, so we get the usual box, so a Spider-Man logo at the top, Dr. Octopus in his cage, there we go, and as always some nice art on the side, which I always dig. And then you get the promo shot at the back, and then you get this a little bit, which is cool, and then the same picture the other side. So just to note, these are the figures in the collection, so it's quite a solid wave. You know, I'd like to get my hands on these two at some point, and House of M Spider-Man. And this is what it builds from Spider-Verse. They've really built up that as well, the whole Spider-Verse team. And there's a Japanese robot in there that responds to this alternative Japanese Spider-Man. And from what I gather, I don't think he's as big as what perhaps he should be, but it's a nice idea to give him to us. Okay, so before I put the tentacles on, I just wanted to show you Doc Ock out of his box. So really nice. He has a real classic feel to him with the green and yellow jumpsuit, which is quite straightforward. And on the back, this is where you plug in the 4 tentacles. He's got his own little brands there as always, because Hasbro are too lazy to take that off, which really bugs the hell out of me. And then he has this nice little bob haircut, which he always had, and this grimacing look, as I like to put it, is very cool. Oh, sorry, I thought that the hair was going to come off, which is pretty classic. And it looks really nice. I think I really dig that. Very cool. And there's the eyes underneath the glasses. I don't want to take this off, but you can see it looks like there's a little peg there that you can just take them off if you really want to. Not sure why you'd want to do that, but it's up to your preference, I guess. So let's get his tentacles on and let's see where he looks all finished up. Okay, so looking at a tentacle close up, it's quite nice. It looks like it's metallic, etc. It's got these little bits on it, which is quite cool. One thing no, they do kind of open and kind of close. I think you have to be careful though, because you could damage them if you put too much force on them. And it's got the kind of central bit, which is kind of like I guess a camera sort of thing, or that's how I always perceived it anyway. So it's a really nice tentacle. I think this is probably a bit too hard, etc. Some people have changed out the insides of this and made it so that they can do other things, so they're a bit more endurable. But these are quite cool. I like them. Okay, now I can see here he is with all these tentacles on, and I can see why people have manipulated the inside. There's a Marvel Legends group in the UK, which is there's guys in there that have changed the inside so they're more adaptable. I think at this point they're probably a bit too hard. Maybe I'm being a bit naive by not playing with it too much, but I don't want to damage such a cool figure. But I managed to get him in this pose, which is pretty cool. So you can really see how they kind of sit on the back, and I think there is possibility for you to do stuff with him. You just got to be patient, I think, and take your time and try not to damage it, because it's a really nice figure, and it's going to sit nicely if you can get him in even into this pose behind with your spider villains against a Spider-Man. He's going to look pretty cool, I think. Okay, so I'm not going to lie, sometimes getting these tentacles to pose where you want them is very difficult. So it's not an exact science. They also pop out quite easily, which I don't think is a bad thing, because if you apply the wrong pressure on it, you could potentially snap the insert that goes into his back. And now you wouldn't want to do that when you've spent 20 quid on a figure, so to speak. So that's a good thing in my opinion. So kudos for that. But like I said, I can understand why people are, getting new tentacles, etc. Because posability, they are quite hard to manipulate. So yeah, it's a catch-22 where you're going to get in the right position and it's going to go wrong, etc., etc. But other than that, it's, they're quite cool. I like them, and I think you can get a decent, reasonable pose with Spider-Man with this guy. Obviously, if that's what you want to do. I think the only other thing that I dislike is the head kind of only goes side to side and not up and down. So if you were to do something really, really awesome where he's kind of climbing something, etc., the head's you're not gonna be able to put the head in an up position, I think. So that's the only other thing. Other than that, he has the normal kind of articulation you would expect from a figure of Marvel Legend Hasbro standard, so which is pretty cool. And this is how they look on the back, so it's not that bad, I think. So all in all, I think this is a really nice figure and a real good addition for those who collect Spider-Man Marvel Legends figures. They've really thrown it out of the park for the last sort of 5 years, and they've given us some spectacular figures, and they've given us pretty much the whole Spider-Verse team, which is really thoughtful of them. So I can only see them going up and carrying on with such a great series. And tell me what you think about this figure, if you got him, whether you like him, whether you dislike him, what you don't like about him, what you do like about him. Please let me know. Thank you for watching. Embrace the geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.